Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rodeo Time Podcast with Dale Brisby. There it is. But it's not necessarily a solo podcast. I also have with us today one of our employees, an intern, the one and only Mr. Ty Rogers, or as I like to call him, T-Pain.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was going to be the one you used.
Oh, dang. Did I use the wrong? Oh, no.
Yeah,
no,
I think you
Sorry,
pressed
let me do it again.
the wrong button.
Ty Rogers.
You did it again.
It just sounds right. It feels
T-Pain.
right when we're dealing with Ty. We have done a lot of podcasts this week. This is number 7.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
I've taken in a lot of information
Okay.
with these podcasts. Who was it? Blaine Chapman, Farrier, Clay Reed, Ted Noose, Jamin Rolla, the
Bubba.
preacher, then JoJo Lamond, it's number 5, then Bubba Smith, Texas Cowpunchers, number 6, and now
Grand finale.
the grand finale is Dale Brisby.
Okay.
And you are my assistant on this solo podcast. This is a solo podcast. You are my assistant.
You just get lonely in here. Assistant to.
Assistant to the solo podcast. Yes. I've got a lot of drinks going on. I've got my ranch fuel. I don't know what this is. It says pineapple. One of the girls brought it for me. And then I've got my water that has, I've been making this in the morning. It's got lemon, it's got salt, and it's got honey.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. I mean, it tastes good. That's how I get my sodium intake. Do you do anything healthy?
I've had like a whole renaissance of health since I've been here.
What were you doing, like a cleanse?
Oh, I did a fast. Yeah, like a 3-day fast. That was...
You fasted?
Yeah, 3 days. Well,
Was it like for spiritual reasons?
it like I've wanted to do it for a long time. Like, you know, you hear fasting a lot in the Bible and stuff, but I wouldn't say it was like solely like a spiritual thing, but it's just something I wanted to do. It's hard. It's hard. Like that sucked.
It was more for like your health?
There's a lot of health benefits to fasting. So
Right.
like that paired with like I knew it was going to be difficult and probably be a spiritual experience as well. You know, it was just like several different things. But I just it's
I
been
feel
something I wanna
guilty when I try to piggyback like a fast for like a spiritual reason with like even if I think about the health benefits.
Exactly.
I feel
Like that. That's why I like. If you
Yeah.
were to ask me, I wouldn't be like I did it for religious reasons. Like because I'm thinking of both things. So like I would have felt bad if I'm like, oh, I did, because the health benefits were on my mind as well. So
Yeah.
I can't say I just did it for spiritual stuff.
Rogan talks about, not Rogan, I'm sorry.
Huberman.
No, Dana.
Yeah, I did the one he did, the 3-day.
Well, he talks about, he was saying something like it's like crazy health benefits if you do 1 week a year.
They
Meaning like it'll like reduce your chances of getting cancer by a crazy amount.
the thing that I saw is like if you fast once a month, it like reduces your risk of like cancer, heart disease, and like something else by like 60%. Is what they were saying.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's not the 3-day. It's like the 3 days kind of an extreme one, but you could do just a 24-hour fast, I think. And
Were you working during that time?
Yeah, it was awful. Like the first day of it is the only time you're actually hungry. Like your belly's growling hungry, and then like the other 2 days, like you feel. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not gonna say like you're like, you know how when you come out of like you came out of surgery and you're like just
I
like
fasted
dopey.
3 days once.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, but you just feel like something's off. Like your stomach's not growling. You know you're hungry, but you just feel like out of it. So I was just tired all the time, and yeah, it was.
Did you have headaches? Withdrawals
No,
from caffeine?
I don't drink a ton of caffeine though. Like I don't. I mean, I have like coffee in the morning, and I might have one energy drink in a day, which I think is like 200 and some milligrams tops. But
It's making me tired even thinking about not
You've
having
got
caffeine.
1,200 milligrams of caffeine sitting right here.
This was for Bubba, and he didn't want it. It's not even opened. And this is actually my ranch fuel from yesterday. I
how
don't
much is
know.
in that?
This is tea that the girl brought. The girl, Amy Pratt.
The girl.
She's our local realtor. If you need any real estate in Young County, hit up Amy Pratt, whatever. But she brought a, I think it's tea. So it's probably got a little caffeine.
I thought it was one of those like mixed.
Maybe it's that. I don't
Caffeine
know.
deals that
I
Lisa
don't know
gets.
all I know is that it has a pineapple flavor to it. What was I going to say? Oh, I fasted for 3 days. It was all day, I think Friday, all day Saturday. I went to church Sunday, and then me and my dad and mom went to lunch after church. So I guess technically it was 2.5, but
Did you do any?
it was almost 72 hours.
Because I did. I could
Mine
have.
was strictly spiritual, had nothing to do with health. I was like, I didn't realize there were health benefits to it. I was just in
So
deep
you didn't do
prayer mode.
You just probably did water then, huh?
Correct.
See, I would have. You could have 2 cups of bone broth a day with the one I had, but that's just like it doesn't really fill your stomach.
Oh,
but it's
I love
really-
broth.
Yeah, like I would just heat it up and it was like a soup. It wasn't bad, but like it's not. You didn't feel like you had a meal after. Like it felt like it didn't do anything. You know, it was just like in that moment, it was a little satisfaction. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it helped. Like your 3 days with nothing was probably tougher than my 3 days with 5 cups of broth in it. But
I bet they were probably pretty similar.
yeah, it like when you're that hungry, it doesn't feel like a cup of broth does a whole lot. What'd you eat whenever you broke your fast?
Lupe tortilla in College Station.
Did it mess you up? Like, were you pretty?
I don't remember that. Maybe it did, but they have this lime taste to all of their tortillas. I mean, I'm sorry, they're fajitas, and they are so good, so good.
Did you eat a lot, or was your stomach shrunk up?
I don't remember that either. It's been a while.
I ate a ton. I had I had a milkshake because I read that was like a good thing to break a fast with, was a milkshake. But I also had like a whole deal from Panda and then like a 14-ounce ribeye. Like I ate a ton. And then like for like a whole day after that, I was pretty.
I bet the Panda wrecked you. Where'd you have a ribeye?
My house, I made it.
You made it?
Yeah.
How do you make them? How do you cook them?
Those ribeyes that I get from that butcher are really thick. So
What
like,
butcher?
The 3T place.
Nice.
And so like I try to like make sure they're room temperature when I cook them, because like if you pull them out of the fridge and they're still cold, like they're kind of hell to get right. But I usually do like 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side, and then into the oven at like 375 or 400 for about that as well, I think.
For about what?
Like 1.5 to 2.
Yeah, if I pull them right out of the fridge, right now I'm on some 4-6's beef.
Are they cut thick? Because
Yeah.
like if they're cut thick
when I order them, because I order them myself, you can pick the thickness, but like these they sent to me because they just gave me a code on 46steak.com. You can use code Dale. I think it's like maybe free shipping or something, which is a big deal. Regardless, I'm going through some of those steaks, and they're about as good a steak as you can get, in my opinion. And plus, it's cattle that I've ranched on.
Right.
I don't know. There's something
Makes it
about
taste
that.
better.
It does make it taste. Maybe, I don't know. It just feels like I'm completing the process.
full circle.
I've come full circle. Synergy, baby. So anyhow, if you guys want to get some beef, go to 46steak.com, use code Dale. But regardless, I like to, it's crazy how we forget sometimes that we're going to have to eat that day.
Yeah.
Because if you know you're going to eat, you're going to eat lunch and dinner, probably, or at least dinner. So set your steak out.
I'm real bad about that.
Yeah, like set it out. That's what I realized. Like if you can get the steak to room temperature,
Yeah. It makes a big difference.
well, then it's very consistent, and now you can cook it the same every time. But if you're in a pinch, I don't know if it's bad for you, but I throw it in a baggie and put it in warm water and get it to where it's, room temperature that way. I feel like that the better way is probably to just leave it sitting out on the counter. But regardless, I do I got what are they called? Flat tops?
Yeah, like a griddle thing. Your bike's
griddle. Well, it's a Traeger. The Traeger makes one, which they're not a sponsor at all. I paid for mine. I have one of their smokers, but I've used it maybe once. The flat top deal is so much quicker.
Yeah, those are nice.
Anyways, on one side until it's like kind of dark, and then on the other side until it's kind of dark. And then if it was room temperature, then I'm good. Mm-hmm. But if it was cold out of the fridge, I put it in the oven for like 4 minutes at 400. That's how Daddy does it.
Just like salt, pepper, and butter too, or
no, I use a seasoning from my buddy.
Right.
Cheese.
The stuff is pretty good.
Cheese seasoning.
Go ahead and plug that too.
That one I don't have a code, nor do I get paid. He's just one of my best friends. Yeah, GS Seasoning. So there'd be 2 S's. GSseasoning.com. It's the best seasoning in the world by far.
It is pretty good.
Known to man. There's no other seasoning better.
Yeah.
Like somebody please send me some. I'll tell people on the podcast that one's better. But it's good on eggs. It's good on steak, chicken, fish. I put it in my cereal. Like it's anyway. Did you get a new tattoo?
No, I haven't been back in a little while. I've slowed down. I think I had a lot of free time at the time I was loading up with these tattoos.
You don't have free time anymore?
I have less. Less free time.
Why?
I got all these like right after my surgery. Carson was gone every weekend, so I was just at the house. And I think I just had a lot of free time, some extra coins in my pocket, and I was,
Are we gonna move Jackson in with you?
I believe so, yeah. Have you mentioned that to him yet?
No. I don't think he listens to the podcast though. We can probably talk about it here freely. I don't think he listens to
much of anything, but
yeah.
I almost said something about it yesterday, but I was like, I bet he hasn't even heard. And he was also leaving, so I wasn't gonna. But yeah.
Well, we could go check in his container and see if he's clean.
Yeah, and do some snooping around.
Yeah. Rifle through all
I'm kind of in
stuff.
the back of that house now. I have Carson's over him. He can be, as long as the kitchen stays in fair shape.
So you got that half bath in there in the closet. Do you use it?
Just number 1s, no 2s.
Does it really? I don't think it affects your clothing.
I don't know, but Carson said that, and then I was like you. I was like, there's no way that you drop a deuce in there and your whole wardrobe stinks. And everyone called me crazy for that. So I was like, well, I guess I just won't. I haven't tried it, but it's partly because I'd be afraid I'd go in there and I'd be proven wrong. And
to be honest, like if I'm sure like when they were like installing it, like building that house, and be like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's just put a toilet over here and a sink in this closet. Maybe it is, though. It sounds like none of y'all have really tried it.
I mean, it's a good idea if you want a toilet no one drops deuces in. Like,
I mean, if you think about it, though, like I know in my bathroom I have a stack of towels. None of those towels smell like poop.
That's all, but that bathroom is tiny, though. And I don't think there's a vent. So, like, there's no window either. So, like, if you dropped one in there,
but just leave the door open.
There's no door. So the door is going to, but then it just is in my bedroom at that point. Like there's no wind to that. It's like either this.
Are you sure there's not a vent?
I'm pretty sure that because there's a light, but there's no vent.
I don't know. I feel like you could get a box fan. I don't know that Jackson's.
I already have a fan in there. But
I don't know that Jackson's going to be that fun to follow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he looks like he takes some rank ones. If
he
I
looks
was
like
he
has some rank. He'd be right.
I mean, I guess we'll see. If I was a betting man, I would say I just have to get in there first. Is what because
the reason why we even have an idea about that with Jackson,
because he departs,
he'll leave here,
and be gone for 20 minutes,
40 effing minutes to go poop in his container.
Yeah. If it's
So you are going to have to deal with it now because he won't be able to drive home to poop. So he's going to be pooping in the warehouse. So you get an idea.
just have to get on a schedule. I've got that after work.
You are
pre-workout
a lunchtime pooper.
Yeah.
That we wrote it on the board.
That's what it was when Kevin lived there. Kevin was the lunchtime pooper. He was going to take 20 minutes to eat his lunch and 20 minutes to drop a deuce. Like it was like clockwork when he
You lived in there with Kevin?
Yeah. Before
After Willie left? Maybe that's why Willie left, because he didn't like following y'all's poops.
following Kevin's poops is rough.
Right.
Like following that dude's poops is bad.
Turns out the next place he had to use a porta potty for a while, so he had to follow everybody's poops once he got there.
He went. Oh yeah. I don't know. I think we told you the story, but when we went up to Cole's wedding and we all stayed in Willie's little camper, you know, for a night on the way there and a night on the way back. But when we got there, Willie was still working, so like we just get there at his camper and kind of drop our stuff off, and he's texting us when he can, but he's like running around this ranch like doing his chores, and we've been in the car for 18 hours at that point, maybe it was like 15 or 16 hours. Kevin's about to blow up, and we're just in the middle of like nowhere, Utah. You know, there wasn't a place to stop, and so when we get to Willie's, like Kevin is struggling, and he just goes right into this old camper and drops like a gnarly deuce in this little tiny bathroom that Willie had. And when Willie came, none of us thought anything of it. Like, you know, like it's a camper, it's got a bathroom, like whatever. It looked like it was hooked up to everything. Well, when we get back, Willie like went in there, I guess, to shower off, you know, and he's like, y'all didn't use this bathroom or anything, did you? And I was like, oh yeah, Kevin blew that thing up like earlier. And he's like, well, it's not, like it wasn't hooked up to anything. And I think he'd been having like, he didn't even have running water out there. So Kevin had just like dropped the nastiest like, you know, road trip dump ever in Willie's toilet, and it just sat there. And like, it was, so we had
Did he not mention that it wouldn't flush?
He didn't tell us anything. So that's why we didn't feel bad about it. So that was on the way there. So then we go to Cole's wedding. We're there for a few days, and we come back and have to stay there. Well, this time, like Kevin's deuce has just been festering in this camper for like 2 or 3 days. And where it wasn't hooked up to any septic or anything. So like it was like also slowly falling out of the bottom of his camper. And like, we were only there for a night, and it had that place smelling pretty rank, but then we took off, you know, not our problem anymore. It was just poor Willie in there in the summer heat with Kevin's turd.
God, poor Willie. And, you know, Kevin, his dang diet.
His poor tummy. It's always a rumbling.
I feel like he's trying to get better about it. But I don't know. He's not vaping anymore.
He's not vaping. That like his sauce addiction will really turn like a mundane meal that should be easy on the belly to one that will get riled up, because he just drowns everything in whatever condiment is closest.
I'm glad we got him off the vapes. Guys, kids, turn the vapes in.
Yeah, cigarettes. There's a study right now that cigarettes are like seeing a spike. Kids are going back to cigs. Everybody's calling vapes gay, so everybody's going back to cigarettes.
Don't do cigarettes or vapes, y'all.
But if you're gonna do one,
but don't do that one either.
Don't do either one. But if
there you go,
somebody's got a gun to your head and they're asking you, smoke a cigarette. It's way cooler.
Do you mind if we go to a new portion of the show brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim called From the Audience?
Sure.
Sounded like Caleb Presley, didn't it? I think it's hilarious whenever he asks the guest that.
Mind if we do a segment presented by Mamitas?
Do you mind if we do a segment brought to you by Boot Barn? What is it? Oh, the questions from the audience. We're going to solve all their problems. Brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim, though. Also, use code Dale on rockandrolldenim.com. The most amazing jeans you'll ever wear. Restricted response. We're going to read that one first.
Is that a picture?
How to not get nervous in bull riding. That's not that. weird.
I don't think I'm the right person to ask that question.
How to not get
to.
nervous. Yeah, you got to love it. If you get too nervous, yeah, I mean, I think you can love it and still be a little nervous.
I saw this thing, and I do think this actually helps. Like, and this isn't just for bull riding. It's like anything you're nervous for. But like, your body releases the same chemicals when you're excited about something as it does when you're nervous. It's just like a different thing that's going on in your brain. So if you're nervous or something and you just tell yourself you're excited, you can like trick yourself into just being excited over nervous, if that makes sense.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I was not really ever that. I've never really been scared of riding bulls. But bucking horses, for a time, terrified me.
Just the bears or?
Broncs, too.
Really?
Yeah, for when I first started getting on bucking horses, dude, if I knew I was entered somewhere on a Saturday, I would be thinking about it weeks before.
Dang.
Like, not even the week of. Like, and then as leading up to, like, I would be so scared.
But didn't sweat the bulls at all like that?
Maybe it was because, like, I got on broncs first, and then bulls would come later, and it was just like, whew, at least it's not a bronc. But then, like, I don't know, broncs, I still get on so many of them that I got over it eventually. But for me, I would be like terrified to get on a bucking horse at a rodeo. But if I was like getting on a horse in a round pen that I knew was going to buck, it did not bother me at all. And I mean, they would still buck me off, whatever. I'm not saying I was like invincible when it came to horses in the round pen, but like for some reason it just, maybe because I could use two hands. But regardless, when you go to get bucked off of one in the round pen, whether you start with two hands or not, if you're bucked off, you're bucked off. And eventually I made the connection that like, oh, well, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah. And then it just kind of like alleviated that fear, I guess. And then I just got to where I loved it. It's cool to do hard things every now and then.
Yeah, it's good for you, I think.
To overcome a challenge.
For sure.
My girlfriend likes UT Austin. Yeah, that is a problem. That's a big problem.
Are you asking for me to weigh in on that?
No.
I'm from Kentucky, man.
Well, maybe
you should like A&M though, right?
For sure. Maybe you can help Logan Maddox, 62, who says there's nowhere to cowboy in Georgia.
He's correct. I would
probably
presume.
The same for, is it the same for Kentucky?
Yeah, there's like no, I don't even like, I mean, there's cattlemen, but like you've heard people say that. Like no one really like gathers or works their cows horseback or anything back home. Like back where I come from, a lot of guys will have cattle, but it's like you set up a little like chute in an old tobacco barn and you work your calves like once or twice a year and then you load them and sell them like when they get to be like 500 pounds. It's like all everyone does. But like it's nothing like, it's just way different than here.
Yeah, I have a series within this podcast called Texas Cowpunchers, and it started with Wakefield, and I thought, he doesn't have social media, no offense to him.
Right.
So like my average listener on the East Coast is not going to know who Ryan Wakefield is. And so I put on there, I put Ryan Wakefield, Texas Cowpuncher, and to let people know what they were in for. Well, most of my friends are in Texas, and so my Texas Cowpuncher friends, I just kind of called the series that. But anyways, my point is, I don't mind interviewing cowboys from Georgia or Kentucky or Arizona, but I just don't know a lot.
Got to find them first.
Yeah. So if there is a Kentucky cowpuncher, I'm willing to talk to him.
I mean, I'm sure there is somewhere, but yeah, that's why I like listening to, like sitting in on those episodes. Is like just y'all do it so much different here. Like I would have never, seen or heard those stories otherwise. So
yeah. Stay in Arizona or move to Texas? Some of these questions are pretty broad. I don't know. It depends on what your job is.
I don't think you should just let two random dudes sitting in a room make that call for you either, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel pretty qualified.
Neither. North Dakota. Go somewhere else.
I just need more context.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you still live at home? Let's look at this person's.
What's waiting for you in Texas? Or like, what do you got going on in New Mexico?
They also said they would love to apply for the position. They want to be an intern. We're going to view their profile. Oh, it's a young lady. I thought this was a male, but this young lady is very attractive. I'm going to change my answer. I think you should move to Texas, and I think you should apply to work for us.
Wait, turn that phone around, pal.
And we're gonna have.
He's
this.
right. There's,
He's right.
he just dropped the name of a real estate agent. If you scrub back maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Yep.
And
Yep. And I'm looking back, and I'm not seeing high school pictures for a long time.
that's always a good sign.
2018.
Yeah, that's
She was
good.
in high school in 2018. So that
I almost
means,
was.
what was that, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
She might be 22,
All
23. So the new advice to our young lady friend in Arizona: you need to move to Texas. Problem solved. Next question.
Thank you so much for asking. They don't all have to be hot ladies, Dale.
Is an El Camino a car or a truck?
I mean, I think the point of making it was like their whole sell point was to be both, eh? Like you can't. I mean, I think if it's got a bed in it, you got to say truck. But
Dude, I'm such a fan of El Caminos.
I am too.
I love
They
them.
don't get enough love.
My mom sends me pictures on Instagram of old El Caminos all the time.
That's what you need.
Like for sale. Right? I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need like an old El Camino, but I also have the old first gen. How many like...
But the old first gen would look so cool butted up to a badass El Camino.
Yeah, I guess so. Want to move to the States to cowboy. Been working cows in Arizona my whole life. Is it too late? That's always no, it's not too late. It's always a weird question. I'm however many years old. Is it too late to start riding bulls? I'll get that from a 16-year-old. I'm 16 years old. Is it too late to start riding bulls?
Yeah, I mean, well, when a 16-year-old sees like an 18-year-old world champ, you kind of understand for a moment why they'd ask. But yeah, 16 is still pretty young.
Is it true you've never been able to replace Katrin? Yeah, Caitlin was here for 3 years.
Did she ask that?
Wait. Yep. Oh, it's actually from her. So yeah.
That sounded like a Cajun question to
Yeah.
ask.
No, we do. We kind of are in need of someone out in the warehouse, Caitlin. So we need somebody.
Not a trainer in the gym in the morning?
What do you, dude? Have you seen this physique? I don't need a trainer.
You mean the picture you let me body double for you in?
Bro, yeah. That's my girlfriend too. What do you eat in a day to make you so skinny? I guess that's what I don't eat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I don't have very many carbs. I did have Jack in the Box on the way home from JB's.
you threw in a cookie too about a day later, but
Yeah, yesterday I actually also had a cookie because I was thinking, man, I cheated on my diet with Jack in the Box, so I might as well have this cookie or 4.
you are very
I had a bunch of
disciplined with
cookies.
it though. Like I'll give you that, and I think that's why I relish in catching you veering off sometimes.
Yeah.
But you do very well most of the time. So well that it's an inconvenience a lot of times. Like you,
Yeah. Well, and that's part of the reason I was okay with going to Jack in the
Yeah,
Box.
well,
it was
I mean,
11:30 at night
if it's like
on
2
a
o'clock,
weekday.
you actually have the option to be an inconvenience. That night it was like go hungry or,
I don't
order
know.
something Jack in the Box.
I feel bad though. Like I've had like some friends try to go carnivore because they've listened to me talk about it on the podcast. I feel bad. Like, man, that is such an inconvenience on your life.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, I think pretty much every morning I have, eggs with sausage. So like I'll cook the sausage first, ground up sausage, a bunch of sausage, and then at least 3 eggs. I think for a grown man having breakfast, you got to have at least 3 eggs, sometimes 4. If I just worked out in the morning, usually 4. And then but it's got sausage in it, it's like crazy amounts of added protein.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So like a bunch of sausage, an obnoxious amount of sausage and cheese in your eggs. And then like 3 strips of bacon. That's usually what I'll have for breakfast every morning. And then sometimes more bacon. I love bacon.
The bacon's best.
And then I've really been these last 2 or 3 days for lunch. I've had ground beef and cheese for lunch, and then for dinner I'll use like here lately. Like I said, I'm going through these 4-6 steaks, so I'll have one of the steaks, and then I try to have as much fruit as I can for the energy.
I think it's pretty easy. Like when you're cooking, especially
When you're at home, it's so easy.
when you live where we live and you're making your own meals, it is like I'm probably carnivore here because like it's way easier to just make a pound of ground beef or a steak or the eggs, like you said. Like I don't do sides.
Who needs sides?
Right, and
They're
then like
so overrated.
like fruit, like you said, you can just pull those out of the fridge. So like here, I probably am pretty carnivore, but like
So hard on the road.
when you're on the it is tough. It's just tough to even like walk in somewhere that you're not gonna be like that's not gonna take forever long and find something like halfway healthy to eat half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so tough on the road, but it is doable. Especially if you plan ahead, like anywhere we're going to be for like 2 weeks, like we go to the NFR 2 weeks,
Yeah.
like might as well do the Airbnb deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, just bring yourself a cooler. Yeah. But I do feel bad for people trying carnivore because it is just so inconvenient. My advice is have yourself plenty of fruit. That's where your energy will come from. And honey.
There's like I kind of like the simplicity of it though too, like because like cooking, like I'm a dude, I don't really cook. Like things with a lot of ingredients seem overwhelming, but like if you're just like cooking like meat, like I don't know, I feel like it's simple and like so you don't even have to think about it, and you can I don't know, the simplicity of it is like I think makes it worth it too. Even it's healthier and it's simple. And if you don't like cooking, it's an easy thing to do.
You know me, Park. You know that girl, that chick? She agreed she's going to go on my podcast one day when we line
Why does
it up.
that name sound familiar?
She lives in New York. She went on Rogan. She's from North Korea.
Yeah, the lady that escaped.
Yeah, defector, I guess. Escaped North Korea. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
you can't just leave there.
Yeah,
Bro, it makes it crazy to think about how people want communism. You can't leave that country. It's also crazy to look at pictures of North Korea compared to South Korea at night. Regardless, her story on Rogan just blew my mind. I think about it almost every day. But she talked about when she left North Korea, and she, I think she was in South Korea for a time before she came over here, but how she would have decision fatigue because... Like in North Korea, she said the only thing you're free to do whenever you want is breathe. Everything else is dictated.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And so when you get over here, it's like, dang, well, what am I going to wear? What am I going to eat? What's my job going to be? Who am I going to date? Who am I going to hang out with? Am I going to watch a movie? Which movie? Am I going to do, hang pictures on the wall? Because even there, like you have to have a picture of what's his name? Kim Jong-un in your house. Matter of fact, if the house catches on fire, you have to save that first.
Yeah.
And so like, what color am I going to paint this room? Like there's all these decisions that we get to make. And she said it just like blew her mind. Just having the freedom to make all these decisions. But regardless, I know it's kind of silly. And we're talking about first world probs, which it's not a problem, but I agree 100%. It made eating so simple. Yeah. It narrowed everything down. Like which protein am I going to have? Chicken, fish, or beef?
What fruit do I want today?
Which fruit?
Blueberries, strawberries.
Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. One of the, maybe a banana.
You're not and when you prepare it, there's like, you have your seasonings on your counter and that's it. Like you're not just like gomming up your kitchen. Like it's just all.
I'm using the same seasoning. I'm going to use butter to cook it. It is all the same. And it's crazy how not tired of steak I get.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was right about to say. Like I would have thought I would have been sick of like even ground beef. Like I eat a ton of ground beef because I grab it out of there and it's free. But like I'm not even sick of that yet. And I'll just eat like a lot of times I eat a pound of ground beef like at a time. Like that's my meal. I'll put cheese maybe on it and like maybe some sauce. But like, yeah, I haven't got just
so
sick
easy
of it yet either.
So easy. Yeah, it used to be just like such a mind-blowing thing. What am I going to have for dinner? And I don't know. But my advice to anybody listening that's thinking about it, be careful. Like, don't feel like you got to do carnivore just because
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Definitely get some sort of carb in the form, but like bread, you don't have to have bread. Get a carb in the form of fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, if I'm on the road occasionally, like we came back from JB's because we were there for so long. That was fun though.
It was a good day. Yeah, and then
We didn't realize how long we'd been there till we left, and we were trying to find somewhere to eat dinner.
yeah, 11 o'clock, there's not really a lot of restaurants that are going to cater to a good diet, you know?
Yeah.
I feel
So
like,
Jack in the Box was the play. Yeah, we had a bullfight at JB's. He loves watching that. And we fought 5 bulls. Cam, Jackson, Carson, Slice, the new guy, all fought bulls. Cam won, so he fought the bounty bull. That was the 5th one. And then JB insisted that he fight another bull of his. Why didn't you fight?
I don't really know. I don't really have a good reason. It's just like when you were asking around, Donnie's like, yeah, I'll do it. Like if I'm needed. And I was like, I like that answer. So I just went with the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have a good reason.
I don't know why Donnie did it.
It surprises. Yeah, Donnie kind of loves getting out there a little bit with the little, especially.
That was where
little
the
ones.
idea came from. Was Donnie was
Yeah.
wanting to freestyle, like he was like going to enter the bull fight.
Yeah. But yeah, that, like I don't know. Maybe it was just like the afternoon the question went around. Maybe I just wasn't feeling it or something. But yeah, that was. I don't have
And then
a
you
good
know who like suited up and took it the most serious was Carson. You
I
like
thought
had a-
Carson got hoed. That's my
Hosed?
opinion. Yeah. He
A lot of people are saying
he jumped her twice, and I was like, "That what'd you get? Like an 83?"
it was Colby Yates judging it.
Yes.
In his defense, he had never judged a bullfight, but he was pretty close.
Who won it with it? Cameron
Cam.
on 87? Yeah, I don't know. Between that 83 and 87, it probably should have been a little tighter, but it was fair. I'm not gonna.
I mean, the guy lost
all
his
right.
wife. Give him a win. What has Carson lost? Nothing.
A
We just
roommate?
all cater to Carson all the time.
Actually, I can't even say a roommate. I lost a roommate.
Yeah.
Kevin's been gone, dude. Get over it.
Yeah.
He's been gone.
Dude, y'all should have been in here whenever him and Jamin talked on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's coming out first, this one or that one, but Jamin giving
heard you and
Cameron
Addie talking
advice.
about
Me and Addie were crying in the corner listening to Jamin give Cam advice on losing his wife. It was, and Cam was holding it back too.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't cry harder, but regardless, I can't imagine. That's all the questions from the audience.
Nothing else good in there.
I don't have any other questions from the audience. Do you got it? Do you have our next segment? Who's it brought to you by?
Pfizer. It's not going to be a good one. No, let's see which
I don't
one
want
first?
anything from Pfizer. I don't think I'm ever going to get a flu shot again.
Yeah,
Huh? Maybe an apology.
apology.
That's what I'll take from Pfizer and is an apology. Dude, what if they called us? They were like, Dale, we want to sponsor your podcast. We're going to give you
Say,
$10 million.
golly. It's a good thing you're making that call, not me.
That would be hard for you.
$10 million. That's
Dude.
generational money.
I think that would be an easy no for me.
What if you just promote like the good pharmaceuticals that they make? Like they probably make ibuprofen and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't be
I
telling
mean-
people to get vaccinated because maybe you could like toe the line of like the necessary pharmaceuticals without just telling people to just go get and still get your 10 milli. That's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of
That
money.
is a lot of money, but maybe I would need to be faced with I hate to say like I would do this just because like obviously that's a made up number and nobody's
Yeah.
offered me that ever. But I don't think I would do it with Pfizer. I think I could. I mean, bro, The podcast is called Rodeo Time.
Yeah, I know.
Who do you think my audience is?
It would be crazy.
What percentage of our listeners do you think got the jab?
Not many.
Realistically.
Not many. Maybe, I mean.
You think less than 10%?
I was going to say 10.
Yeah, I think it's less than 10%.
10%. I'd say that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should be their target for a sponsor because we got 90% of our listeners that ain't out there getting vaccines. Like, you know?
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe if like less than 10% of our listeners use toothpaste, maybe like we would do a toothpaste ad. But I mean, that's not the case. I'm not trying to throw. I'm just saying like
so if Colgate offered you $10 million, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, we'd do that. But yeah, not something so controversial.
I'd say a good percentage of our listeners probably need to brush their teeth too. You know?
Bro, that'd be the end. That'd be a retirement. If Del Brisby took a deal from Pfizer.
I hope not. We'd all be out of a job.
That's it.
You're not allowed to retire.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't want me to take that deal.
If I get some of that 10 million, I don't know, I might change my tune a little bit.
All my sponsors are pretty authentic. It's all stuff I'm already doing.
Yeah, you are pretty good about only. I like when not just podcasts, but when people do that, like don't endorse things they don't use. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's became something people say. So like, I don't know how many people are like truly out there only endorsing things that they use, but like I can vouch. You kind of just
yeah. It's got to be authentic. I mean, people don't like to hear ads anyway.
No, yeah.
So if they do hear it, it probably needs to be something that they know the listener is bought into for real.
I mean, also like our ads for the most part, like, you know, they also fit the bill for our audience. So it's like, you don't have like a Morgan and Morgan ad in here or, you know, like you've got an Eastly ad, like a ad for steaks, an ad for jeans. Like they're kind of all targeted.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just somebody told me the other day, it's like, I can't listen too many ads. It's like, I don't know. We only put like 2 or 3 in there, but also like, these are some expensive cameras.
Yeah.
You're getting paid right now. So is Carson. There's 10 more people in there getting paid. Maybe more than that, 12 maybe. Like, if people are just listening to these for free, like eventually, like who do you think like turns the lights on?
I get that. That's why like ads have never really.
Do they let you are a podcast person?
I do enjoy them a lot. Yeah, I think they're the best way. The best way to get like unbiased honesty from experts. You know, like I don't think.
What do you want me to be honest about?
You're a pretty honest guy. Even I feel like you do.
Considering
all things considered.
All things considered.
Except for that one big thing.
Outside of that one big thing, I'm pretty honest.
Yeah. You're pretty honest. So I don't really have.
What's a category of my life that you want to know something about that nobody knows anything about?
Dude, you tend to overshare a lot.
Do I?
I don't know if it's that or we're just together a lot.
What if I overshared with you?
I'm not going to tell it on this podcast. But you do it a lot. Like, it's not just one.
Yeah, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. When is the time I've overshared? We'll take it out. I hope you're enjoying a ranch fuel as you're listening to this episode of Rodeo Time. Use code DALE on ranchfuel.com for 15% off, old son. Drink up and use code DALE on ranchfuel.com. Hey, old son, if you're not feeding every morning with a Can-Am side-by-side, then you ain't no cowboy. I got a Can-Am because I needed a reliable ranch rig that I could use every day because I don't know how to work on stuff like that. So I want something that's not going to break down ever. Get yourself a Can-Am, old son.
It's like, well, like, none of us would have known otherwise, you know?
That's funny.
It's hilarious, but, I mean, it is oversharing, I guess.
Okay. Because I could see me saying that and not really even having done that.
I've believed you every time, so, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, technically that is oversharing. To me, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm not. I enjoy it, but I think if there was just some.
So do I.
Yeah. But yeah, some people would probably consider that oversharing. We're kind of like, we're together so much. There is no such thing as oversharing. I don't think in this warehouse.
We're gonna go to this next section of what the internet has to offer. Rodeo time, presented by American Ads.
Okay.
You got it. You have it. You got to show it.
Oh yeah, that's my segment. Sorry.
Yeah, that's your segment. All right, here we go.
So.
Oh, they're all in a row?
I don't even remember what. Oh yeah, first was the zebra.
Dude, why are they catching this zebra?
Apparently, it belonged to. I think it was Brantley Gilbert's zebra. I think is what.
Why does Brantley Gilbert have a zebra?
I don't know, but it got loose in Tennessee and was like running around.
Oh, this is a whole. This is them catching it.
Yeah, and there's like funny picture of them. It's just like in a sack, like suspended from a helicopter.
Aren't zebras mean?
I've heard. Have you seen that one? There's one like. I'm so bad with directions. I couldn't tell you what direction I was driving, but within 30 minutes of this place, there's a zebra somewhere because I saw it.
Here's the picture.
Yeah, of it like just suspended from the helicopter.
And then the white screen means that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be something that'd be fun to be like known for.
Having a zebra or having
not
a zebra?
That Brantley Gilbert's not already pretty known, but
also,
you're that guy that
I don't
your
know
zebra got out.
I don't know if I'm right about that. I just saw a video of Brantley Gilbert saying it was. I think it was Brantley Gilbert's zebra. I'm pretty sure it was Brantley Gilbert's zebra.
All right, we're gonna start a rumor now. Yeah, Brantley Gilbert's zebra got out.
Yeah, if you come on the podcast and explain yourself, if it's not true, but I'm pretty sure it was Brantley's.
Dude, how many chickens?
Oh yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Did you see that video?
Good Lord!
Turn that around and show Carson.
What is up with all these chickens? Is that AI?
No, there's a bunch of videos of that.
Bro, that's hundreds.
Oh, hold on. Let's all guess how many chickens do you think that is?
Dude, I think that's 1,500 chickens.
I think you're way off. No. But that's a sea of chickens. And it goes behind his house. That's just the front yard.
Whoa. Why would you have that many chickens?
I think that's 5,000 to 10,000 chickens.
That's not free range, man. Them some bucks need to be in a cage.
He had just had them all delivered. So that's what his neighbors are the ones taking the videos. No one knows what he's doing with all those chickens. And I've heard people in the comments were like, it'll turn that place nasty in a day or two.
Oh, for sure.
But he just had them dropped off. He's making a little chicken army.
God, that's disgusting.
It is.
Dude, birds are gross, man. Chickens are gross. I got 9 chickens and they are gross. Oh, dude. What about this hobby horse deal? People send me these all the time. All right, starting video now. Oh, she's jumping.
That one's a little impressive. I mean, I don't know if I could have cleared that.
Well, it's only impressive because she can jump high. What's the point in putting a horse between your legs? A fake horse.
You got me there,
dude. I got you there. You were actually impressed.
It's more. I couldn't jump that. I don't think.
Okay, but maybe she entered the high jump. It looks like she's in high school.
Correct. There are other things she
just enter the high jump.
There are better things she could do.
Why you put a stick horse between your legs?
I don't know, but
is everyone pranking us?
The jump is impressive though, right? She jumps high.
That's irrelevant. That's a side thing. She just happens to also. I mean, you could have said her hair looks really good. That has nothing to do with the fact that she's got a stick horse between her legs.
And was still able to jump pretty high.
I can't believe how impressed he is. Are you being serious right now?
Carson tried to do it. It's hard.
Yeah, I can't talk crap. I was where you're at, and I was like, this is not impressive.
Okay, but it's not even about how athletic someone is. That's not what we're talking about. You could do a number of things, and it also be hard.
I'm not saying she's making the best use of her jumping ability. I'm just saying her jumping ability is impressive.
What I'm saying is that's not a good argument. If I'm like, I don't know, the horse seems a little silly. It's like,
Correct.
yeah, but can you jump that high? Well, no, but that's not the point. No, I can't jump.
The horse is silly. I don't think we're arguing about that.
I feel like you're trying to justify the horse.
No, I support people's freedom to do that. I find it amusing. But no, I don't think it's like a sport, or I don't think it's something you should be putting time into.
Hobby horse, man. Y'all Google it. For people listening, like it's a stick horse between people's legs.
Have you seen the new thing, the hobby biking? That's a real thing. There's like they sell it. It's like a dirt bike, and it's got a front tire, but the back tire is like, it's not a tire at all. It's like a platform, and it's got like the rubbers of a tire. So, but it's really light, so you can just jump this thing around, and you can kind of land it on its back, because it doesn't have a wheel back there, a wheel or tire back there. But it's hobby biking. Guys are just like holding a dirt bike between their legs and like running around doing stuff. Kevin hates it. Are you looking it up? Yeah, you kind of have to see it to really understand.
I created a new sport. It's called hobby biking. Oh, so this guy thinks he's the dude. They just hold it in the air. Why is he wearing a helmet?
Cause same reason some of those hobby horse girls wear equestrian helmets.
Bro, what is he doing? Man, this is so sad. Why is the audio not working on your computer? We have to take a break. You have to fix that. Make the audio pop up. It's not even working on the Google thing.
I had to restart it, so you might have to reload your tabs.
Oh, I was just looking at hobby biking. So, as ridiculous as hobby horsing. Put me down for that.
Equally impressive, also equally ridiculous.
Oh, it's a security cam, so it's...
Oh, yeah, those people breaking that. Did you see this?
What are they doing?
They're, like, I'm assuming Midwestern American tourists, but there was this...
Oh, snaps. What did he sit on? What did he break?
It's called the Van Gogh chair. It's like this piece of art in an art museum. And it just sat on it.
He broke
shattered it. Yeah, and then they just ran out, and no one knows where they are.
They haven't found who they are?
Well, as of 2 days ago, no. But yeah, it's like a diamond encrusted chair that's like this big deal at a museum. And
dude, if you're that fat and out of balance, why would you even hover over it?
Sat his happy hind end right there.
Oh my gosh.
And then they just scoot out of there. I just thought it was funny because like everyone, like that happened in Europe, and everyone's like, these are definitely Americans.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I was like, yeah, those.
A tourist was caught on camera crushing a Swarovski crystal encrusted chair inside a museum in Italy, then taking off. The Palazzo Maffei in Verona took to social media to expose the tourist actions as he was caught sitting on the chair, causing it to collapse and fall to the ground. The nightmare of every museum has become a reality, even at Palazzo Maffei. The museum wrote,
bit of exaggeration.
What you just saw would be ridiculous if it hadn't unfortunately actually happened, a museum employee says during the video. Dang. Man, so they don't know who they are.
No, well, they got the heck out of town, as one would if you just destroyed some piece of valuable art. But apparently there's like signs all over it. Like it was not, I mean, Donnie watched that and he's like, "What? It's just a chair like sitting on the ground." I'm like, I don't think that it was clearly a piece of art. You know, they had it on like a little pedestal, had signs and stuff. Yeah, like just two middle-aged folks from Ohio see a chair in a corner, like they're gonna sit in it.
Woo! Dang. I'm just seeing if this article even says anything about them catching whoever did it.
I don't think they've been caught yet. I looked at it again before I came in here, but those two are probably sitting on a plane right now on their way back to the States, like thinking they got away with it.
Dang. Here's a picture of the chair. Extremely fragile, made with. Why would they? Oh, dang. In their defense, why not make the chair where you can sit in it?
I think, yeah, if you're going to put a chair on display at a museum, you can't have it at ground level where people are just going to assume, maybe.
There's not a rope around it.
Yeah, or
nothing.
like put it like half the ground where someone's like, yeah, I couldn't sit there even if I wanted to,
Right. Yeah, that's logical. Whew. Next video. Bison gores man in Yellowstone after visitors get too close.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
It happens about once or twice a year, I think, on average.
Yeah,
Always
I mean,
enjoy
like,
those.
people getting too close to bears, people getting too close to...
Oh, shoot. That was one I meant to say. Did you see that grizzly bear that was like, did you see the one I was talking about? Like, there was like 30 like hikers and a huge grizzly. Just like, he wasn't like, he was just walking, but they were in no hurry to get away from him. And I feel like we're too calm given the circumstance. But
Did he get
no,
them?
I don't think he did. But like, when I see that happening, maybe running from them is bad. Maybe they had like a ranger there telling them to like stay calm or something. But I don't know. Like, I would have been freaking out. It was a big son of a gun.
Yeah, that's what we talked about on my podcast with
Clay?
no, Clay Reed?
No, Newcomb. Was that?
No. It was Cam and JB.
Cam.
And Cam was talking about how like he was sitting and a bear came up and the outfitter, this was in like 2013, was like, man, I don't like the way that bear's looking. And so Cam, he was gonna like stand up, but he needed to brace against this tree behind him. So this bear comes in, is looking at him, and Cam goes to lean against the tree to brace to stand up, and he leans back maybe an inch or two. And that was enough for the bear to like rush him
No way.
because he felt like that was them retreating.
So
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
kind of like a pit bull or something. Like
So what did he do?
the bear didn't make it all the way to him. I don't know.
it was
He
like
said they didn't have to shoot it or anything, but
There's videos of like photographers and stuff will get charged by grizzlies, and they just like stand there and like wave their hands and yell. And like apparently like I think a grizzly's first charge is like a bluff charge, right? Like they're just trying to get away. I don't know. This is just what I've heard. But like if you just stand your ground and like yell and stuff, I think they're more,
that's your best bet.
yeah. Also, like, I think, I don't know, like if I was in a group of 30 people, dude, I know I'm not the slowest guy, so I might just go ahead and run.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that chance. If it's just me out there, maybe I'll try the stand your ground thing because I can't outrun a grizzly one-on-one. But you put 30 random people in a room, I can outrun, at least one of them.
Or you stand your ground, everybody else runs, he goes by you to get everybody else.
Yeah. How, like, it would just be a bad deal. Like, you take off running and you're like at the front of the pack and like he just goes like around to get
Flanks y'all. Or there's two of them.
Or he just goes to whoever's first, like he goes and gets the one that,
He wants the alpha.
yeah, he wants the quick one. But
People find sociopaths more attractive, study
I
says.
saw that one today and I was like, you might want to, that might apply.
Are you calling me a sociopath because everybody's attracted to me?
If you believe that wholeheartedly, you might be one. Well, that's narcissism. That's not sociopath, right? You think?
Psychopath. This says not socio. Did I say sociopath? This says
I think
psychopath.
those are pretty similar, though, aren't they?
Why does it have a picture of Christian Bale?
In American Psycho,
Oh, okay.
which they are remaking as well.
Did you want me to read the article?
No, I just thought
Okay.
it was a funny headline.
Yeah. I've not seen American Psychopath.
It's okay. It's American Psycho, but it's okay. But
But psycho is short for psychopath.
I understand that, but it's not what it says in the movie poster.
You better start believing the Indiana Pacers have made a black magic deal with the devil.
Have you seen that stuff?
No.
Have you been watching any of the
I've been watching the games or like the highlights from them. Didn't the Pacers win again last night?
Yeah.
So it's tied up. No, I think it's tied up 3-3.
There's these there's always wild NBA conspiracies, but there's one that they just think that like the Pacers are like doing some kind of like black magic type thing because Tyrese Halliburton was good last year and was kind of in a slump at the beginning of the year, and then out of nowhere started playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
so people started saying that he sold his soul to the devil. But did you see that video of Pascal Siakam? Watch the video because there's a video last night before the game. They're like doing their pregame ritual, and Pascal Siakam tilts his head back, his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he's like that for like 5 seconds, and then it's weird. Watch it. Is it on there? I think I play it maybe at the end of that. But that just, I think the Pacers are just kind of leaning into it, but.
He's just he's freaking.
I know, but it's just feeding the
he's just feeding the maybe. I just don't.
I don't think that either. But
he's in the NBA already. Yeah, right. If the guy was like a high school basketball coach, and then the 1 year and he's just like shooting some hoops, kind of like the Mark Wahlberg movie with the Eagles. And then he comes from behind and is now leading the team. But he was already in the NBA. Maybe he didn't play that good last year, but that doesn't mean he sold his soul.
Well, they're just now they're just throwing they're saying everyone on the Pacers is just they're doing some dark magic stuff. Because also no one thought they were going to make it this far. I would not have put my money on the Pacers at all. I also thought the Thunder were going to gentleman sweep them. I thought it might be 3-1, or they'd win in 5. But now it's going to Game 7. It's also Game 7 against the Pacers. A guy's eyes are rolling in the back of his head at the beginning of the game. That's just not.
Where's Game 7?
In Oklahoma.
Golly. Yeah, I don't know much.
Oh, yeah. I put the wrong video first on this one, but.
That was a pretty cool no-look pass.
Which one was that? Oh,
I think it was that last night?
Yeah, that was Halliburton to Siakam. That was he got that poster done. I thought you were on the next one, next video.
Yeah, all the with the pentagram on the P.
It's
man, I would hate
internet's a crazy place.
I would hate to be a Christian on that team right now. All right. So we've got some headlines. Sophie Cunningham gets ejected after sticking up for Caitlin Clark.
Did you see this?
I saw. Oh, so this is after
I put the
Caitlin
what happened to Caitlin. I put them in the wrong order, but there's just this. Is that the video of Caitlin getting poked?
No, this is the
I think I rolled
revenge
after that, but
Sophie Cunningham, the enforcer.
Yeah, and did you see Sophie Cunningham's jersey sold out?
I heard that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, anyway, we were talking about that the other day because I just think it's what's happening in the WNBA right now. All the girls hate Caitlin Clark, and she's kind of she should be this huge chapter of growth for the WNBA. When she goes to re-sign her contract, it may change how WNBA players are paid forever because they're going to have to pay her money. She's going to be the highest paid WNBA player ever. And it should be a time where women are it's changing, but all those girls, they hate Caitlin Clark so much for being so good that they're self-destructing. It's I don't know. I just think it's a funny, I don't want to get sexist here, but it's just
they're being typical women.
Girls are so spiteful.
They're playing into the stereotypes.
They're willing to keep the league at this low level where it's at if it means they just get to beat the out of Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. I don't understand. I mean, I get it. I do understand it because of the ego conversation, and some of these women just cannot, accept the fact.
I would have seen that coming if it was like 2 or 3 of like the top players, but it seems like the top players are kind of more receiving of Kaylin. It's just like the rest of the league is like just like she's getting the crap beat out of her kind of, you know, on a nightly basis. And I don't know, it's just funny. Like this should just be a time where like the WNBA is like more popular than ever. Like it's growing, and like now these spiteful women are just like going to war with this one lady because they just can't stand it.
It should be obvious that all ships rise in a high tide.
Right, yeah.
But for some reason, everybody thinks that if that they both can't win.
Right, yeah.
I was just watching her get body checked again, bro.
Also, Sophie Cunningham, pretty good looking. I threw in a picture of her at the end there. She is, if she wants to come on the podcast and give us a play-by-play of...
We'd love to have Sophie Cunningham here.
I would love a Sophie Cunningham. When they restock, I will get me a Sophie Cunningham jersey.
I wonder how tall she is.
I think she's... I thought she was taller than that.
Shut up, Carson. She's my height. Dude, what I love about it is how she went to her afterwards, pulled her down,
Dude,
and then was like, "No, I'm here
she meant
to
it.
ball."
Yeah,
And
she's it said in this article I saw about her when I was like digging for that she was like a black belt in Taekwondo.
No way.
Dude, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
That's who that is next to me on the bull.
Soph?
Yeah, it's not the best angle for the resemblance, but
the artist kind of messed up her nose. But other than that, it's pretty spot on.
Come on, Drew. You kind of messed up Sophie's nose on that. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Right?
People are gonna not like her either, because she's gonna get attention.
I'll like her enough for everyone. So it's all right.
That's the real reason she's on here.
Yeah, that was an easy one for me to throw on there. Yeah, Sophie Cunningham was.
You've ever heard or received? What is the best advice you've ever heard or received?
Trees don't hang around with the grass, even though they all started from the same place.
Spend so much time on self-improvement that you have no time to criticize others.
The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding.
If you're a friend of everybody, you're enemy to yourself. There's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities. And there's no problems.
Oh yeah, Pitbull.
I didn't fail, I fell. And as long as I get up, I win. If you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
The fact that it is painful is the reason that it's working.
Today is difficult. Tomorrow is much more difficult. But the day after tomorrow is beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening.
Your haters are out there holding their breath, waiting for you to fail. Make sure they suffocate.
I think I'll be fired up a little bit.
I think I like the one that Mike Tyson said the most. If you're a friend to everybody, you're an enemy to yourself. Which I don't want to. I don't want to approach too much of life that way, thinking that like I have to be against everybody. But it does help me rationalize the fact that there are some people I'm not friends with.
Yeah, some people are gonna not like you no matter what. You know, you can't really spend your time trying to please them.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes the spot I'm in, a lot of people don't like me.
Yeah, I mean.
If you're a friend to everyone, if you're a friend to everyone, you're an enemy to yourself.
I mean, but think about it, like most people aren't online like you are. So like say 1 out of every 10 people doesn't like me. Well, like I'm not going to have an interaction with that many people. You, if 1 out of every 10 people doesn't like you, that's a lot of people that would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think it's
do.
just like your audience is larger, so it might just feel like you have more people. You know, it's probably about the same as like it percentage wise.
Percentage wise,
Sure.
yeah, sure.
I've often said I have not seen a new graveyard in my lifetime. I've never heard about a graveyard being too full to accept new bodies too. So you would think that there would have to be a lot of them that would say, Nope, no vacancy here. So what would
is
you have to
true.
do? You would have to take out new plots of land in order to continue to bury people. But they don't do that. So where are the bodies?
We've all seen the viral video of the guy that's a part-time gravedigger that says you'll never see a new cemetery being built, and everybody saying that that's proof of the Matrix. Well, buckle up, let's go for a ride, because I did the math after it piqued my curiosity. So we'll start with some raw numbers, and for everything I have here, I only used Google's quick search results to keep it even and fair. So, our current population is 340 million today. At our current death rate, that's 7.7% dies every year, for a total of 26,180,000. Well, currently, we've plummeted in the last 25 years to 39.4% buried. That's 10,314,920 a year. So keep that in mind, but let's go back further because cemeteries are never new, they're always old, right? The most you can fit is 1,250 people in an acre. The American Planning Association says there's currently 140,000 acres. So let's go back even further. So from 1800 to 1900, 80 million Americans died. And from 1900 to 2000, 270 million Americans died. That's a total of 355 million people dead. Well, depending on which schematic you want to use, it was anywhere from 83 to 92% were buried opposed to other methods. I kept it at 80% just to, be heavily conservative and see where this goes. Well, it gets a lot more interesting now because at 80%, that's 284 million graves. At 140,000 acres, it's at best 170 million graves. So we already got 109 million people just chilling out, like stacked up dead somewhere, waiting to get buried or are buried and still have to bury new people every day.
Math does not math.
It is unusual. It is unusual.
I think that what a lot of people have said, I believe this to be true, is that if you look into the world population numbers, a lot of people believe that the books are cooked. There's not as many people as they say there are.
I was wondering where that was headed. That was kind of...
Dude.
So wait, what do you think? Do you think the population's smaller than they say, or do you think they're doing some funky stuff with the bodies?
I think it's all bull crap. I think these guys have too much time on their hands. I feel like I've wasted time listening to it. I apologize to the listeners out there.
You brought it to us.
I know. I found it. I only listened to the first 10 or 20 seconds of it. I didn't finish it whenever I saw it. I think Cowboy sent it to me, maybe. I don't want to throw him under the bus. Maybe he didn't. I don't remember. But that's something he would send me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, this sounds like something Ty would get into. But listening to it all the way through now, I think it's BS. Especially since, now keep in mind, I got this on Google. Right. Oh, okay. Especially if you got all that stuff from different places, like who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me, because you know what pops up sometimes on Google? Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And you know who can edit that?
Anyone.
You
could.
I could go edit that.
Also, like, that guy didn't look like... I didn't double check him. He didn't look like a mathematician. He looked like a plumber. I just don't... Like, when a guy's, like, doing stuff like that, like, I don't know. There's just... Not to be judgmental, but, like, some guys just look more qualified to explain something like that than others,
This right here is the downfall of the internet.
Podcast?
Like, this is that video. Probably the podcast, too. We're definitely going to lead some people astray.
I love when people are like, they need to raise the cost of podcast equipment, because there are people that probably like just shouldn't be sitting in a black room talking, because they probably have terrible ideas. But
yeah, that's true. And I'm probably one of them. I don't care. The point is, back to this, I know some people that I've interacted with in my life that might watch that and they will ride that conspiracy into the ground. And let's say, I don't know, even if maybe somebody clips this and it's true and 20 years from now we look back and like somebody was doing something weird with the bodies or there's not that many bodies, whatever. I don't get I don't know. That's a weird rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I did not remember what that was for in my saved Instagram videos. And when I watched it, I remember thinking like, oh, I wonder if Ty has an opinion on this. I think Cowboy sent it to me.
That I could see Cowboy getting.
Cowboy will listen to some conspiracy theories, but he'll send both sides of the argument. I don't think he really gets too bought into it.
I'm the same. Like I love conspiracy theories. I don't know if there's a single one that I'm convinced I believe, but like it's kind of like aliens, dude. Like I love listening to people talk about aliens, but like I don't know, like I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other, but I like listening to those crazy people talk about it. So
yeah,
like the people
what about flat Earth?
Have you seen that clip of those flat earthers? So they used to have a show, on Discovery or something, one of those deals, but they formulated this big experiment they were going to do to prove the earth was flat. And it was essentially, they were going to like have this platform with a hole cut and shine a laser. And they were going to have like miles down. They like calculated what people thought the curvature of the earth was. And they put another big board up with a hole. And if the world was flat, it was going to be like that laser was going to shine in a straight line all the way through from one cutout to the other, and they'd see it. Well, like there's a video of these guys in real time figuring out that the world's around because they got walkie-talkies, and the cameras are all on them, and the guy's like, all right, turn the laser on. And they're like waiting for it to shine on this deal, and it never hits it. And they're like, all right, we're ready, like turn it on. And the guy's like, he finally ready to go. He's like, I've got it on. And then it's like you can see it in their face. They just have this moment where they're like, oh, like this experiment's all like.
They just knew.
Yeah, like there's a film crew there. Like it's funny. But yeah, flat earthers are silly. But like watching those guys get proved wrong was pretty funny.
It's crazy too. Like that's what makes me think that this conspiracy is another ridiculous one. And I'm not a fan of just that part of the internet because like the flat earthers will get so bought into it.
They used to come to our colleges. Did you ever have those guys show up? We would have.
I don't know that I spent enough time on campus to like really pay attention.
We would have a lot of nutty people show up on campus. Like we would have the flat earthers would show up, and they were the chillest actually. Like flat earthers would just show up with a poster and like hand you a flyer and like, hey, like you want to go drink a beer at Paddy Wagon and talk about flat Earth. Like they were chill. And then moon landing, like fake moon landing people would show up. And then,
you went to, so what year were you in college?
2018 to 22,
Gotcha.
23.
I was in college not that much before then, but
right.
The main thing I can remember is like there was a preacher that
Yes.
would come, and I kind of agreed with pretty much everything he said, except that he said that he had not sinned since he had become a Christian like 20 years prior.
That's crazy.
He said he sinned before he became a Christian, but since then he hadn't sinned at all. And I was like, dang.
That's a crazy thing to say.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Really
like you haven't had even one thought?
Yeah. Everyone, like, you sin every day, Yeah. Like, I don't care how.
And he didn't say he had never sinned.
Right.
He was just saying that he hadn't sinned for like 2 decades.
We had a lot of pastors that would come to campus, and some of them were like pretty all right, but apparently there's this like group that they just show up to campus with like a bullhorn, and they make their rounds across the country, and they will just like shout obscenities at people. Like if a group of girls like walks by, like they'll just like call them like and stuff and tell them to repent, like, and like crazy stuff. If like gay people walk by, they really go hard. And so every time they come to campus, they would come at the same time every year, and security, like campus security, would be there and stuff, and a big crowd would form around them because obviously like the gay folks at the campus are doing their thing and like
Which
shouting
college?
at this person. This is at East EKU. And anyway, I was like, we would always get our lunch the day that the crazies were there. Like we'd get our lunch and just go sit outside and watch them because it was kind of entertaining to just sit and watch like these crazy gay people yell at kind of like a bad representation of Christianity, obviously. But and then but campus security always had to be there. And one day, like we were talking to one of those guys because like they would separate them if things got crazy, but they sat back and like laughed at the show too. And they're like, yeah, this group of people, they go to all kinds of colleges and just do this kind of thing. Like they're intentionally like hateful and try to incite like violence because if a student like assaults them for something, then they sue the campus and like get a lot of money from it. So that's just what they do. They claim they're Christians and they go campus to campus.
Oh, that's their ploy?
Yeah.
Their entire ploy?
And they just shout at college students, hoping that one gets mad enough to assault them, and then they sue the university.
That's literally their whole motivation.
That's what the security guy said. Because that's like they would be there at the same time every year. And he's like, they just make their rounds, like all campuses the whole time. And yeah, they would just...
How could the campus be held responsible just because that's the property they're on?
Right, yeah. Just because they would be like on... So, I mean, our mess hall was like right off University Drive. They'd be right outside the mess hall. So like in the middle of campus. Like you have to walk by them to get to class. They would pick like the most populated spots.
Dang.
And I think there's like some deal where like college campuses have to let like...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
They just have to let them be there unless they give them a reason not to. But those guys were like slick with how like they would show up. They would like kind of tape down their square and then they would just get a bullhorn and yell at people, you know, until like, and they would just hope somebody beat them up, I guess.
Dang.
But yeah, I guess that's
Yeah, I only got the one guy preaching. He wasn't that controversial. Like I don't think his angle was to get assaulted. Otherwise, he could have just been more controversial.
Some of them are. Who's the? What's
the
the
other
name?
one? The only other thing I got approached by would have been a Mormon.
Oh, I
was just sitting on a bench. There was like just two Mormons working this whole area. He was very young and not prepared.
Yeah, I haven't had any. The only time I've had an interaction with Mormons was here. Was when the ones knocked on the warehouse here. I don't think we even. There was like a Mormon church somewhere in a holler in Eastern Kentucky, but there's not a lot of Mormons back east. I don't think. I didn't realize how prevalent they were until coming out here. But
I haven't seen a lot here. I was at A&M, and when I got approached there, and I mean,
maybe it's the further west you go, which that would make sense the way they traveled. But like, I guess further west, you know, you kind of find more of them. But yeah, back east, there's not a whole lot.
Yeah,
I was at when I was in. Have you watched that documentary on Netflix about the Mormons?
Mm-mm.
Do you know the story of the one, like the big Mormon guy that ended up on the FBI's like top 10 most wanted?
Mm-mm.
I guess it happened like in the 90s, but he was like one of the ones that like they were like having a bunch of wives and stuff. Like they were doing crazy
polygamous
stuff. And it kind of got trafficky. So like that's why he
trafficky.
Yeah, like that's why and they started in Utah, and then he was a part of a different Mormon church. He broke off, started his own, got a ton of people behind him. They got a ton of money, and then he the government was like looking for him, like FBI was looking for him. So they moved to Texas, and when I was working for that guy in San Angelo, I can't remember the name of this town. It started with a D, but we were just driving through this area, and the guy that I was with, Austin, was like, there was a big white compound, like white walls. You could see like it looked like a temple, like the top of a white temple. And he just pointed, he's like, yeah, he's like, a bunch of crazy Mormons came in here about 20 years ago and built that. And then the FBI raided it. And we just drove off. I was like, that's all he told me. Well, then like a month later, a documentary dropped about those Mormons, and it's nuts. Like, and they built like this crazy compound that's still standing up there.
Dang.
Like, it's wild. Yeah, you ought to watch it. It's kind of, but yeah, he just drove by. Yeah, a bunch of crazy Mormons moved in, and I mean, 10-foot walls. Like, it was
no
wild.
windows.
No windows. They were all like cabin homes. And this is the weird part where all those guys had like a bunch of wives. They were like 25 bedroom homes, like all of them were.
Oh, snaps.
And then in the middle was like the big church thing. And the details of that church get dark, but it was just this big white temple. It was wild looking.
Yeah.
But
bring Cole in, give his thoughts.
Yeah, it's for sale, apparently.
The compound.
Yeah, we could. Take Rodeo Time HQ out there. Plenty of room for the interns.
People do accuse us of being a cult.
Yeah, but all cults, like they begin with a fun early stage, and maybe we're just still in that. You know,
Are we in the fun early
we're
stage?
still having a good time.
Or is it still fun?
It hasn't got dark yet.
Okay.
So I think you're not really a cult until things go really south and like, you know, drugs get involved and other, you know, taboo things. But like right now we're in the fun we're in the fun stages of a cult. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So far so good.
Have more fun as a follower, make more money as a leader.
Yes.
That's what Creed says about cults on The Office. Cool. Well, I guess my life advice, I'm just going to pull out of that. I don't know that that's life advice. That's just a thought. Would be the if you're a friend to everyone, you're an enemy to yourself.
I would say that's advice.
Yeah, I don't want to go too far down that. That seems like you could get kind of like too hard nosed, and you know, I do think you should guard your heart.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like, I don't know, trusting absolutely no one. That sounds
miserable.
It sounds miserable.
It sounds awful.
Yeah. But maybe there's a balance where you at least are okay with someone not liking you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the side of it. What's your life advice? You better bring the heat.
You're not going to like what I'm going to say now. I was going to use the same one I used last time. So you got to talk on defense. I think it's a big one.
It's what?
Talk on defense.
Talk on defense?
Yeah, I got told that so much growing up. Talk on defense. And I never did it. And I used to think it was stupid. But now I watch ball and it's so important. And I wish I talked on defense.
Like to your fellow players, or talk trash?
I talk trash. I did not talk a lot to my fellow players. So fellow players, you know, like.
I'm just saying, is that the talk you're talking about?
Yeah, like good, like productive communication.
That's what you're saying you should do?
Communicate, yeah. You know, like, you know, hedge the screen, switch, wolf, like, you know, all the things. You gotta talk on defense.
You're not saying talk trash.
You can talk trash, but you better back it up, you know. I would only talk trash if I was playing good. So
I'm just trying to figure out what you mean by the advice. When you say
I'm talking about just the communication aspect.
Gotcha.
Of it, yeah. Like communicate to your teammates for the betterment of the group, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would be the more arcing version of that, but just talk on defense.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Communicate.
All right. Do it, then talk about it. Love you guys. Check out rodeotime.com. We're on to the next one. And pow pow.